All right, good morning, everybody. This is Mike Dalco, the CEO. I'm streaming live on Facebook, but I'm also recording this for YouTube so that it can be archived. I think people need to hear this message. One of the great things about a networking business is if you can really build it, it will create time freedom for you. And because of the time freedom, you have time to read and study and listen and pay attention. Work, although it can be a blessing because you get to pay your bills and take care of your family, work can be a huge distraction from being a contributing citizen of a global cause. And when you work 8 to 10 hours a day, you fight traffic a couple of hours a day, you get home, you're worn out, and you've got to replenish yourself and do it again tomorrow. Work can be a huge distraction. It can really just beat you down mentally until you really don't have the energy to contribute your God-given talent, skills, and abilities and mindset to the world's problems. You know, I'm reminded of a story as I start the stream, why we can't save, of an elephant. As a baby, they put a big chain on his legs. When they're training them to be in the circus, they put a big chain on that baby elephant's leg. And then they chain him to a big, huge stake. And the elephant, of course, as a baby, he's wild-eyed and bushy-tailed, and he's ready to go. And he takes off running, and yank! Boy, that chain hurts his little leg. And he goes, what in the world? I'm supposed to be free. Why is this chain on my leg? And he tries again. And he'll start going in circles. And all he can do is go in circles around that stake in the ground with that big chain. And as the elephant gets bigger and bigger, they can make the chain smaller and smaller. Just the slightest bit of resistance makes that elephant stay in place until eventually they can put a little bitty rope on that elephant's leg and chain him to a little tree. And that elephant has the size and brute force to tear that little rope and just take off running and be free. But he won't. She won't. They will stay there in that little circle, in their little comfort zone, because they don't ever want to feel the pain of that chain that hurt their leg when they were little. In their impressionable years, when they were really excited about their future and their freedom, that chain put a block in their mind, and now they no longer believe that they can venture outside of their little circle. Folks, that's us. That's us. And so work, even though it can be a blessing and help you pay your bills, there is a better way. There's a better way. And I'm going to talk to you this morning about that eventually. But let me talk about my topic, which is why we can't save. You know, when I took on the moniker, the CEO, Mike Dalco, the CEO, it sounded good because it's catchy, it's cliche, but it's real, continuously empowering others. And as I listen and learn and read and find out things about macroeconomics and the global economy, I'm starting to find out stuff that's just starting to really frustrate me at my core. Because we're not, as a people, as a free people, we're not paying attention. We're not paying attention to stuff that's right in our face. All right, now let me talk about this, why we can't save. Yesterday, a friend of mine, Billy, he texted me this little funny meme, and it says, the guy said, I just heard, he was a tweet, he said, I just heard on CNN that the United States, when they take in their true debt, is in debt $217 trillion. When you add together all the unfunded entitlements like Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, and taxes, and all these different things, and the debt on the dollar. Maybe I'll grab a debt note out of my pocket, and y'all stay with me. We're going to get you here. We're going to get you here. The debt service. The debt service. See, we don't think about debt service, and I'm not going to go over your head. I'm going to hit you right where you live. We don't think that this is debt. We think of this as money. This is a medium of exchange. It is a cash world. Cash is king. But this is debt. Every person that holds this in their hand is holding a debt note that the United States government has to pay. And the guy says on his tweet, he says, if we're $217 trillion in debt, he used an expletive, a 4-letter expletive that starts with an F. He says, who the F do we owe? The Decepticons? And that's really funny. I mean, it is really side-splitting when you think about it. Who does, the world, the whole world is in debt. And I know we say we're in debt to China because China invests heavily in United States bonds. But China is in debt. Germany is in debt. Russia is in debt. United States in debt. Argentina is in debt. Mexico, all the world's countries are in debt. Why are all the countries in debt, and in debt to whom? Who does the world owe? Like, is there some sort of cosmic bank that the world is getting money from? They're borrowing money? The United States has a printing press. We're printing this stuff. I know, Myrtle, and those of you that are hearing me respond to people, I'm streaming live on Facebook. And so Myrtle Placid says, oh my God, I know. Okay, Chris, so the Federal Reserve Banking Cartel. So who is that? Who is the Federal Reserve? And folks, you can't beat them. So if you're thinking we're going to come up with this movement to beat the Federal Reserve banking system, forget about it. My little one-person self sitting here in my home can't beat them. I owe them. Every time I stack these, I'm stacking debt that I am going to pay the global elite banking cartel. I'm not going to go over your head. I'm going to keep this simple, right where you are. I see what you wrote there, David, and it's not just them. It's there you go, Dante. It's a group of families that literally have created a system. I'm not going to use any bad words. They've created a system where the whole world has to pay them. That is brilliant. I got to just salute. They created a system where the whole world owes them. It's just a select group of families, the global elite, that the whole world owes. And how do we pay them? They don't send you a bill. They don't send you a bill. You don't get a bill from the global elite bank of the world. So how do they collect? I'm going to make this so simple. I need you, Jamaica Harris, to teach this to your young kids right now. And here's the amazing part. If your kids have been to school 2 years, they're already indoctrinated into this system. Daddy, give me some money. I want to go to the movies with my family, with my friends. And you give them cash. They say, give me money. You give them cash. Give me money. Give them cash. Cash in their brain is money. So they don't ever think debt. They never think this is debt. They put this in their pocket and they go, yay, I've got some money. They don't have any money. They have debt. They have a medium of exchange. So they give this without thinking. They give this to the little window, the person behind the glass. They take this and they give them a ticket for the movie. They exchange this for a movie. When the movie is over, the movie is gone, and so is this. They didn't see a problem. Here's the problem. 40 years ago, to go to the movies, you and a date was $1.11. Oh my gosh. So if you were saving money 40 years ago, you could have a stack bigger than a room that the paper is in. It used to cost you and your date $1 to go to the movies and get popcorn. $1. The movie ticket was 30 cents and the popcorn was 20 cents. And you could get you and a date and a popcorn for $1 40 years ago. Now you have to go into that room where you're saving this paper And you can't give your kid $1. 40 years later, here your kids are growing up wanting that same dollar to go to the movies for them and a date. You got to give them this 20. It's $12 to go to the matinee. It's $8 for popcorn. Now you've got to give them $40 to go to that same movie that it costs you $1. Why? Because the whole system is tied to the global elite. They're charging us more and more for the movie. The tax and the debt service on the dollar causes us to continuously raise prices. It's called inflation. It's the hidden tax that steals your wealth over time. And what do we do about it? We work harder. God, this is why one parent, the husband or the wife, could go to work and the other parent could stay home and take care of the kids, wash the clothes. Look, I'm home every day. My wife still has a job temporarily until I free her from it. I stay home every day. I can keep the house clean, wash the clothes, pay the bills, take care of the household budget, and work my business from home. And I don't know how in the world I was ever able to work a job. It baffles me that I ever had time to clean the house, working a job. I don't dare let my wife clean up. Because after working 8 hours, you don't have the energy. How in the world have you guys been able to hold down a job, maintain a house? When somebody says I'm a housewife, I'm like, salute all day long, because I know how hard it is to keep a house clean. That is a full-time job. Housewives and house husbands, whoever you are around the world, I salute you this morning. Way to go. If you're working, you can't go to your kids' school. You can't sit in on their classes. You don't feel like helping them with their homework. A job is killing folks. So domestic engineers, thank you, Rachel Rose Smith, Miss International. I salute you. Everybody needs a home-based business. That's number one, because you've got to find a way to make money at home. And you've got to build residual income so you can make money while you sleep, because you never have enough time to outpace this. This became this in 40 years. You'll never have time to outpace inflation. Your currency is falling. I don't care what the Forex says that the dollar is stronger than the euro. All that means is the euro is falling faster than the dollar, but everybody's crashing and burning. And Louis Strauss, you just got right ahead of me. There's only one way to fix the economy in your own home. You're not going to fix the global economy. Forget about it. You're not going to fix it at the ballot box, because Democrat, Independent, and Republican are all subservient to the same group. They're not going to buck the system. Oh, Barack Obama, I loved him, my first African-American president. I love you, President Obama. I love you, First Lady Michelle. I love you. But even they said, work hard to get into the middle class so you can take part in this scheme of inflation and taxation. Donald Trump, those who are Donald Trump fans, the businessman, the real estate mogul, Donald Trump knows for a fact that what I'm about to say is the truth, and he's not going to buck the system either. Trust me, when they get the briefing, when they get the intel briefing, that's a wrap. No matter how serious and good-hearted they were when they went into the White House and they wanted to shake things up and make a difference, when they get the briefing, that is a wrap. There is no changing. You will not buck that global system. Follow the money. When you see the presidents and they start seeking out a Treasury Secretary and they appoint a Federal Reserve Chairman, the Federal Reserve is a private institution that collects the interest on the debt. They print the money for the governments, and they charge the government interest on the printing of that money. It's called inflation and taxation. They pay dividends to their shareholders, who the shareholders have a company, and the company has one purpose, is to print and control the money of the countries. Mayor Lord Rothschild made a statement over 100 years ago. He said, "Give me control over a nation's money, and it matters not who makes her laws. Give me control over a nation's money supply, and it matters to me not who makes her laws." What a brilliant, brilliant concept, to bamboozle the governments of the world into allowing a privately held corporation to protect the integrity of the money system of that country, to offset and stave off inflation. When inflation becomes more rampant, we can print more inflation creator. I'm about to lose it, but I'm trying to stay professional because I'm recording this for YouTube. Hey, Lewis, I got an idea. Let me print you more money and charge you more interest on the money I print you. And the more I print, when prices get greater, I'll print more so people can afford to pay higher prices, and you can pay me more interest on more debt. And it's this cycle of debt. It's a debt cycle. It's called the fiat currency money system. Thank you, Andre Braxton. So there's only one way to stop it, and it's gold. Now, having gold is better than not having any gold. Why do we say get gold? Because gold is an honest money system. He who owns gold owes no one. There is no debt service on gold. It is a natural resource, and it is always equal in value to the cost that it takes to extract it from the ground, mine it, mint it, and get it to you. So it's always going to have value. It can never go to zero because it has intrinsic labor attached to the gold just to get it out of the ground. This has no labor attached to it. It's printed on a press in massive quantities, cut with a cutting machine, stacked up with machines and robots, and sent to the global banking system. So you've got your Bank of America, Wells Fargo, SunTrust, Wachovia, BB&T, name them. All the central banking system, local banks, they work within the construct of the global Federal Reserve banking system. There are only two money systems, the global banking system and the gold honest money system. When you get gold, this holds your value. Now watch this. Last example. 40 years ago, this was movie tickets for two and popcorn. 40 years ago, this was movie tickets for two and popcorn. Today, this is movie tickets for two and popcorn. This is movie tickets for two and popcorn with a lot of change left over. Oh my goodness, it can't get any clearer. So everybody needs, this is a gram of gold. Everybody needs to save that room that you were stacking with paper. You need to take the paper and exchange it for gold. Now, here's the end of my stream. Myrtle and Dante, now I'm going to really tear it up. It's not enough to just get gold. Gold is the solution to stop that inflation in its tracks. 40 years ago, last time I'm going to do this, 40 years ago, this was the same. Inflation turned this into this. In 40 years, inflation turned that into this. In 40 years, this didn't change. As a matter of fact, it turned into almost two of these. This not only held your wealth, it expanded your wealth. So stop saving in this. Stop today, forever. Don't ever save in this again. Stop. I adjure you, stop saving in this today. Save in this only. Yes, I know you want to have some petty cash, so keep 30 or 40,000 around in this, yes. But put your wealth in this. Where do you put it, Mike? You put it where it's safe. You take it up to New York at grandma's house, and you dig a hole, you punch a hole in the wall, and you plaster it up, and you put it in a safe, and you keep it where you can get it without calling anybody. Don't put this anywhere where you've got to call somebody or swipe a card to get it. Don't put it in some safe deposit box of some private company. No. You put this where you know where it is and where your heirs know where it is. It's yours. Private issued, privately held. Keep it. Hold it. Yours. Keep it. Don't ever ask me again what to do with the gold. You do the same thing you were trying to do with this. You were putting this under the mattress. Put this somewhere. This lost value in 40 years. It costs this now. This lost value. Stop stacking this. It's stupid. We're not stacking paper anymore. Take that cultural montage out of your brain. Stack this. Now, why KARATBARS instead of just ABC Gold Company? Well, I can get it cheaper at ABC Gold Company. No, you can't. Stick around the Wealth Builders. We'll teach you why. You're in business with this. You get the deductions with this. All right? The tax deductions alone make this the least expensive gold you can acquire. However, you're in a systematic acquisition system of gold. Now, 401k. Everybody say, I can't save. Why can't you save? Stop saving in a 401k. Stop it now. You're putting paper in a paper account. You're putting paper, you're working, and you're putting pre-taxed paper dollars into a paper 401 account. It's a stock market account. What is the market going to be worth when you retire? Somebody tell me. You don't know, do you? So your 401k, your IRA, your Roth, you don't know what the value is going to be when you retire because you don't know what the market is going to do. Look, there's nothing wrong with the stock market, just like there's nothing wrong with Las Vegas. When you go to Vegas, if you got some cash to blow, then nothing wrong with Las Vegas. You might win. You might win a lot, and you might lose. So don't put your retirement to Vegas. All right? Stop saving in your 401k. Number two, what is the tax going to be on your 401k? Higher or lower when you retire? I can't guarantee you it's going to be higher, but because prices keep going up and the government keeps needing more and more defense spending, taxes are probably going to be higher. And so when you get taxed on what you were saving, you're going to get less of this out when you retire. And it's going to be worth less. So stop saving in this. Let them tax you when you get paid at work and you exchange for some gold. And stop inflation in its tracks. So gold is better than no gold. KARATBARS is better than gold. Why? Because that 401k, what makes it so appealing is that you're no longer thinking about it. You don't have to think about your savings. You're taking your emotion and your intelligentsia and your discipline out of the equation. That's why people like the 401. You don't have to think about it. It comes right off the top. It's off your brain. And now you're saving on autopilot. No, you're gambling on autopilot. So KARATBARS allows you to set up an automatic savings plan. You determine how much you want to save. There's no mandatory requirement. I want to save $100 a week. Great. So set it up where $100 comes out of your bank account and it exchanges it for real gold, physical gold. It sits in your free international gold savings account. In a minute, in a few weeks, we're going to have a KaratPay app where you can actually transfer gold from your account to your kid's account or your mom's account or to purchase products, goods, and services electronically. So you don't even have to use Bitcoins. KARATBARS is the, not an, it is the answer. It is the only global answer. We're in over 100 countries right now. So if you've got family and friends in other countries, they can sign up for their totally free KARATBARS Gold Money account right now and stop inflation in its tracks. The automatic savings plan with KARATBARS International allows you to take your intelligence, your discipline, and your emotions completely out of it. You simply set up a free account, set up an automatic savings, and you no longer think about it. I wish, let me see if I can do this. I'm going to try to do something as I close this stream that is just absolutely mind-boggling. Because when you really understand what it is we're doing, it will change your life in such a dramatic way until you won't even know how you were able to build so much wealth. You won't even get it. It'll say, you'll get these emails that says, thank you for your purchase. Now, I want you to understand something. When we say buy gold, you can't really buy gold. Gold is money, all right? So you can't buy gold, but what they're saying is buy means to exchange, right? So when they say buy gold, what they mean is exchange cash for gold. And so if I can pull this up real quick, let's see if I can do this. Okay, I can't really do it with my screens where it won't be cumbersome. But with KARATBARS, you get these emails that say, thank you for your purchase. Let me show you this one. Yeah, I'll show you this. So it says, thank you for your purchase. Let me see if I can share my screen here. Okay, look at this. You can see right here where it tells, Dear Michael, thank you for your payment. Thank you. Your payment is registered. You can now see your purchase gold. And here I have a gram of gold that I didn't pay for. It didn't cost me anything. It's literally, and I got 4 of these emails this morning. So I got 4 grams of gold free from a system. See, it's not enough to go get gold from a company. You don't get the tax advantages because you're not in the gold business. We're in the business, we get the tax deductions, which makes our gold the least expensive you can get. And then we refer others, which is compounding the effort so that when other people save their wealth in gold and stop inflation in its tracks, because I am the one who told them, the company pays me a commission in cash on my MasterCard and free gold. So not only am I saving gold with my own cash out of my pocket, I'm getting gold free from a system without touching my pocket. There's nothing like this. KARATBARS is the only system in the world where you get free gold. So not only are you smart enough to put yourself on an automatic savings plan and take your emotions and your mind out of it, you're getting paid in gold. So it's compounding the wealth building effect. Why can't I save? Because you're trying to save in paper and not gold. But save in KARATBARS gold, and not only do you save, you build wealth through compounding. You take care of residual income. Taxation, KARATBARS. Inflation, KARATBARS. Residual income, KARATBARS. Get back with the person that shared KARATBARS with you. To me, this is the best KARATBARS presentation I've ever seen, and it came out of my mouth. Don't give me credit. It came from the inspiration of the spirit realm. This business is for you. Mr. Changa, how do you sign up? Get back with the person that shared it with you. If I was the person that shared it with you, inbox me and I will send you the link. If one of these amazing people shared it on their page, get back with them. Don't bypass them to get to me. I want y'all to hear me clearly. Don't bypass the person that's been sharing this with you to get to me. I'm just a messenger. I'm not the message. Carrot bars is the message. Have integrity. The universe will reward you for the integrity that you share, so that you display. So have integrity. Get back with the person that shared carrot bars with you, including if that's me, and let's get you started making carrot bars your vehicle to building phenomenal wealth for you and your family. This is Mike Dalco, the CEO, and we'll see you on the next stream.